If I turn my upper torso on the left towards the right side, it propels my left arm to the right. That in and of itself cannot be defined as yin or yang energy. But when I associate that rotation with an action of the hip joint, I can see that turning my upper torso to the right as I extend my right hip causes my energy in the arm to essentially reflect off of the extension of the hip and project outwards towards, again, my opponent. That is yang energy, as I'm turning in the direction of my extending hip, projecting my arm outwards. On the other hand, if I were to flex my right hip instead of extend it, what would happen is my left arm would turn into my flexing hip. As you can see, it does not project outwards as it did when my hip was extending. This is a much more retreating action or defensive action, and therefore we can use rotation of the upper torso towards the flexing hip. We can see that as a yin energy. So I have extension of the hip is yang, flexion of the hip is yin. Turning the upper torso towards the extending hip is yang. Turning the upper torso towards the flexing hip is yin. The same applies for the lower torso, although it's harder to see because I don't have arms extending off of my lower abdomen. But you can see it works in the same way as the upper torso. If I turn my belly button or my lower abdominal muscles towards my right leg as it's extending, it projects the whole body outwards. If, on the other hand, I turn my belly button to the other side, away from the extending hip, you see how my arm, my left arm, retracts away instead of expanding out. So rotation of the lower torso away from the extending hip is yin. Rotation of the lower torso towards the extending hip is yang. So I now have a definition of yin and yang for the three elements of the core. Using those three elements and the definitions of yin and yang, I can now apply them to each of the 8 trigrams and then know which of the 8 core techniques relates to which of the 8 trigrams and which of the 8 fundamental techniques of Tai Chi.